Vincent Van Gogh.
Why do you have a red beard? So I did my overcoming obstacles projects with Vincent. Well, I didn't do it with him because he's dead, but I did it on Vincent Van Gogh. And to start off my project, I have a quote by him, and it's, "I put my heart and my soul into my work and have lost my mind in the process," by Vincent Van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh was a famous Dutch painter. He had many mental issues too, like autism and personality disorder. But he also had ADHD, which is in common with me. That's my obstacle. The background's purple because my favorite color is purple, and purple is the color for ADHD awareness. The pictures on my side are tennis and gymnastics because I do those to burn off extra energy because I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And on his side, that's just a picture of him. He paints a lot to burn off his extra energy by painting and drawing, and there's him painting. On the head, I just drew our faces, so that's me and that's Vincent van Gogh, obviously. And the neck is the things we have in common, so ADHD is one of the big things that we have in common. We both like to draw and paint, except he's totally devoted to drawing and painting, and I like to do other things. We both have trouble focusing in class because of our disorder, and we're both really creative with pretty much everything, especially drawing. And we're both determined and driven. He's always determined to finish his paintings and do it right, and I'm always determined to do sports. So the arms are the things that are different about us, and on my side, one is that I'm a girl, and he's a boy, obviously, and I do sports, and he didn't really do sports when he was young. He didn't really like it. I got ADHD when I was 8 years old, and I'm not totally devoted to art. I like to do other things. And I'm younger than him, obviously, because he's dead. And he's a boy, he has autism, he has personality disorder, and 2 brothers. And he was never technically diagnosed with ADHD because back then they didn't really have a diagnosis. So scientists and doctors have looked at his personality and the way he did things and how his mind worked and have concluded that he did have ADHD. The torso is obstacles in stories. So my story about ADHD is my mom took me to the doctor when I was 8 years old, and I went through a series of tests, and I was diagnosed with ADHD. And to this day, I take medicine to help me with this problem. So Vincent van Gogh's story is that he was really hyper, and his mind worked in all different directions. Like, he thought about a bunch of different things at one time. There was a point in his life where he produced over 900 paintings, and fun fact, he was in a mental institution when he did that. Most of the paintings. So producing the over 900 paintings was partly caused by ADHD because he is hyper and he always needs to be doing something. Back then, there was no real diagnosis for ADHD, so scientists and doctors couldn't actually diagnose him. But like I said, they have been looking at his personality and how he did things and have concluded that he did, in fact, have ADHD. The legs so you can't overcome, on my side, you can't really overcome ADHD, you can just manage it. So I do other activities to help manage ADHD, like tennis and gymnastics. And you can also take medicine, which I do, to help manage your ADHD so you're not as hyper as you would be, and you can pay attention better. You can burn off extra energy by doing anything from sports to painting, like Vincent van Gogh did. Vincent van Gogh never really got to overcome ADHD like he should have because he died before he had the chance to. There was no real diagnosis, so he didn't even know he had ADHD, so he couldn't do anything to help himself with it. He burned off his extra energy by painting and drawing, as he did in this painting called Starry Night. And he created some amazing paintings that are still famous today. That's a really positive thing about ADHD, is that you're really determined and you really like what you do and you're driven to do it right. Scientists and doctors have concluded that he has ADHD. The feet is what you've learned. I've learned that you can't wish away ADHD, you just have to deal with it. And nobody's perfect and everybody has flaws. I've learned also how to manage ADHD with sports and medicine and other things that I can do. And Vincent van Gogh never knew he had ADHD, so he probably didn't learn much. But with it, he created so many amazing paintings because he was so driven and determined. ADHD helped him be determined, and that's why he's famous today. He learned to never give up on anything. And so I have a quiz to see if you're actually listening to me for candy. Raise your hand and sit quietly. The first question is, what does ADHD stand for? Okay, Carlos.
Hyperactive camel.
Olivia.
Attention deficit hyper disorders.
That's pretty good. Attention deficit hyperactivity.
She said definitive.
Close like half.
She said.
Okay,
That's the
the
question.
next question is, besides ADHD, what other disorders did Vincent van Gogh have? Hinton?
Autism.
And? Okay, Grace.
Autism and personality.
Yes. Okay, last question is, what is the name of one of Vincent van Gogh's paintings?
Ew. Sorry, now.
Renee, okay. There's another question. Can you name any other paintings that I did not talk about?
Where's Google? Lily. Jesus.